jerkbait. 8-pound test line on a long cast, you're going to get it down, 6-7 foot, maybe 8 foot on a super long cast with 6-pound line. That's about the max. Now, given this, guys, this is the Megabass 110 plus 2. This bait down here with 8 to 10 pound test line, you're going to get it down probably 15 feet. So it's a significantly deeper jerkbait. Now, let's talk about when you need this and when you want to use the deep lip versus the other one. Several different reasons you probably haven't figured. Okay, the first one is probably one of the most inobvious ones. When you're fishing a deep diving jerkbait like here, it's almost like a cross between a crankbait and a jerkbait. It's got like a crankbait lip. So the bait always wants to dive down. And you're not really jerking it as much as you do a regular jerkbait, but when you're working it, it's always wanting to fight its way down. Whereas a traditional lip here, it's more side to side, darting action like that. So that's one of the things. And sometimes those bass prefer that action about wanting that bait going down. It's just the mood and the personality of the fish on any given day. So don't ever discount that. But the other 2 times or 3 times really that you want to use a deep lip jerkbait, number one is if you're in a situation where you need to use heavier line. So let's say, for example, you're fishing a lake that has a lot of heavy standing timber, thick standing timber, where you can't fish it on light line. I fish my baits on jerk baits all the time, my jerk baits on spinning outfit all the time. But if you're in a situation like you got a bunch of big fish in heavy cover, say for example, you're fishing a jerk bait down in some thick timber in Lake Fork, you may want to use heavier lines, 15, 17, maybe even 20-pound test line. And with the 110 plus 2, you can put this bait on like 17-pound test fluorocarbon and still get the bait down deeper than what you can with 8-pound test on the regular one. So this will allow you to use heavier line in some situations to get the same depth out of the bait as you would with lighter line. Okay, the other time that I use this, which a lot of people don't consider, is if I'm fishing a steep bank or I'm casting into the bank and I want the bait to go down quick. So most of the time, let's say for example, you're on a channel bank, a steep channel bank, and you feel that the fish maybe are out a little bit deeper off of it. If you throw a regular jerkbait, say straight into a channel bank, something like that, by the time you get the bait down to its maximum depth of 6 or 7 foot, you're going to be almost all the way back to the boat. But if you use the deep diving jerkbait, the 110 plus 2, and you throw it to that steep bank, it digs down real quick. So you can get this bait super deep really quick on a steep bank. So if I'm 45-degree angle casting on a bank that's steep, a lot of times I'll go to the deeper